Holly Jolly Long Show edition of Noise News.
We have enough interesting stories to fill Santa's sleigh.
Santa, I know him.
Okay, Danny, sure you do. What are you, from the North Pole?
Don't be a South Pole elf, Josh.
I won't. They have no Christmas spirit. Now let's hear from Alexis on a story on video games and how they affect the mind.
Kids worldwide play video games for many reasons, to relieve stress, get entertainment, and even for curiosity. Now these days, kids are more influenced to play violent video games for its entertainment. Violence in video games entertains the minds of kids, but what can it lead to? We have a gamer from Spectrum High School that plays video games himself and can give us insight on his life with video games.
In an estimate, how many hours do you play video games a week?
Probably about 7.
What kind of video games do you play?
I play like Call of Duty, mostly Battlefield.
When did you start playing these kind of video games?
When I was pretty young, my dad's always had a lot of video games around, so.
Do you have a favorite video game that you really like?
Not really.
No, just.
No. I like a lot of different video games, so they're all very different.
How do you feel about children playing with video games, violent ones? Are you against it, or do you just don't care, or?
I care as long as they know that it's a video game and know how to tell the difference, because in the worst case scenario they don't, and I think it'd be best if they did. So if they didn't understand the difference between them, then I don't think they should. If that makes any sense.
From Noise News, I'm Alexis Sigerud. Thank you.
That was a very informative story, Alexis. Now for the inside scoop on free homework help from Mary McCarty, brought to us by Michael.
Do you ever need help with lit, geography, math, or science? Mary McCarty is offering homework help from 3:30 to 4 o'clock.
Well, I kind of have a history of being the top student in whatever situation I am, and so I've always kind of helped people out in the class, and also my dad has taught me a lot of what I know in math, and because of that one-on-one, I was really impacted by that.
What subjects do you help out with?
Oh, pretty much everything. I'm really good at math and science, so anything up through chemistry for sure. I'm in physics this year. I'm good at Spanish and English too. Proofreading, just verb conjugation. But I'm not as good at the social studies, but I've got tutors for that as well.
This is Mike Reed, signing off for Noise News.
Let's take a peek at Gwen's story about Peru.
If you're interested in the 2015 Peru trip, listen up because this is an announcement for you.
Hello, I am Miss Bonham. I am one of the Spanish teachers here at Spectrum High School, and we are thrilled that we are able to go to Peru in 2015. It is open to students that are currently in Spanish, as well as any high school students that really want to experience the culture. They just need to submit a brief statement of why they would like to go with us, and then they need 2 letters of recommendation from teachers. There is a early discount. If you sign up by the 20th, you get $200 off your trip. So that's a wonderful discount. They were able to extend it for us. We are going to go to Machu Picchu when we're there, get to see the phenomenal sites in Peru, as well as 2 days of service learning. So we get to work with a community in a school and with local people building things that they might add. We will be going spring break of 2015. So if you guys are excited about going to a foreign country and would want a phenomenal experience visiting the sites and traveling with your classmates, we encourage you to come talk to myself in room 214 or Mrs. Hogstead, who is the other Spanish teacher.
Let's hear from Gwen on a freezing story about snow.
No matter what kind of day it is, it's always bright outside, and that kind of makes it a happy day. Personally, I don't know, this is weird, but I kind of like the crunching sound.
Natives of Minnesota all know that snow is expected around the sparkly winter months of the year.
For snow especially because it's always so kind of cheery because, you know, it's white and it's really bright and it comes down. It's kind of really cool and magical and sparkly and stuff.
Last year, Minneapolis alone had a total of 54 inches of snowfall.
Another thing, I like snow because it is a better chance that there will be a snow day, no school or anything, or at least a late arrival.
I really like the whole, how bright it makes it outside, even though if you actually look at the sky, it's really gloomy.
Although snow is dreaded by most, our holiday season wouldn't feel complete without it. This is Gwen Polkinghorn, signing off.
Let's go on over to Sophie with a warming story on Christmas traditions.
My family goes to cut down our Christmas tree every year, and that's really fun.
Well, we don't really have many traditions, but we have a couple of things that are very consistent. It doesn't necessarily matter where we celebrate or how we celebrate. It just matters that we celebrate with family. So that's pretty much my Christmas traditions.
My holiday traditions are that on Christmas Eve we make cookies and open up our stockings, and we put the cookies out for Santa because my younger cousins are here. And
my Christmas traditions are on Christmas Eve. I go to my dad's side of the family and we spend Christmas Eve there and we eat a bunch of food, and most of it's cookies. My dad makes hundreds of different kinds of cookies that last us all the way into January. And then on Christmas, we actually switch with my aunt and uncle every other year. One of us hosts Thanksgiving and one of us hosts Christmas. And so that's what we do. We just switch it every so often, and we usually just eat lots of food together and experience each other and just make it as happy as possible.
See a play every Christmas. We eat turkey. Okay. We eat stuffing. Yeah. We read that 12 Days of Christmas story.
Okay. You sit by a fire?
We do sit by a fire, and we sit by the tree. And then we open presents.
That's really cool.
My Christmas tradition is opening presents. My Christmas traditions are decorating the tree with my family and playing a dice game, having a whole family. We watch Elf every year. That's about it, though.
My Christmas traditions are we read the Bible and then we open our presents.
Every year we eat junk food on Christmas Eve.
Hey, I do a bunch of those myself. Well, that just about wraps it up for us, guys.
It sure does, and after all that hard work, it's time to start preparations for next year.
Let's go to work and not keep Santa waiting.
Yeah, nobody likes an angry Santa Claus.
Well, this was Noise News, keeping you in on the noise. Stay classy, Spectrum High School.